Thank you for joining me for this full body vinyasa flow. So this practice is going to be a great all-round practice. There'll be different options for all levels throughout. There will be some more kind of challenging aspects for those who wish to take it, just taking what you feel is right for you today and leaving anything that isn't. So yeah, this practice is going to be strengthening, stretching, energizing through the whole body, and building that mind-body connection and awareness throughout as well. So we'll start the class by coming into a comfortable seated position. That could be cross-legged, but if you would rather bring your legs out in front, please do. Just taking any blocks or props that you need to support you in your practice. And then we're going to take the hands to the heart, the chest area. One hand placed over the other. Close down your eyes or take a steady gaze. And we'll start with our coherent breathing. So breathing in for 6, breathing out for 6. And this breathing is known to be one of the most efficient breath techniques to bring balance into the body and coordinate the different systems of the body to work at their kind of peak efficiency. But if breathing in and out for 6 feels too much, you can always lower the count to begin with. So we'll start to inhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just coming back to your natural breath, releasing the hands. Opening the eyes back up if you had them closed. We'll exhale, drop the chin down to the chest. And start to roll the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Keep breathing. And then start to gently roll the head over towards the other side. Back again, rolling the right ear over towards the right shoulder. This time reach out that left arm. Maybe bringing that right hand to the left side of the head, breathing here. Maybe feeling that stretch down into the shoulder, the left side of the neck. And releasing both arms. Take the head over to the left side. Left hand can float around to the right ear, or the right side of the head. Right fingertips reach out. Breathing here, feeling that stretch. And releasing the arm, releasing the hand. Exhale, drop the chin down to the chest. Inhale, lift the head. Start to circle just this right shoulder. So we're rolling this right shoulder around and back. And then start to come forwards. So rolling that right shoulder inwards. And as you go, noticing any little niggles, any areas of tightness or tension. Seeing what you can notice about your body today. We're not here to judge anything, just to observe. And then take the left shoulder, start to take those circular movements, going around, noticing how this left side feels, and start to circle back in the opposite way again. It's coming forwards. I know I just said back, but I meant forwards. Rolling that shoulder forwards. Oh. Lovely. So we'll take the legs out in front, lengthening through the legs. Start in a neutral spine position. Inhale, reach the crown of the head to the ceiling. Exhale, walk the hands forwards, leading with your chest bone. So that means staying higher up, and that's okay, working there. Hands could be on the thighs, the shins, maybe they find the feet, but really trying to keep that spine long. Finding your breath in your Paschimottanasana. So as you inhale, making that space. As you exhale, softening the body. Inhale, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, softening. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, relaxing. One more breath here. Inhale, make space. Exhale, move into that space. And walk the hands back in, coming back to center. Bend in your right leg. Step the right foot to the outside of the left thigh. Option to work here, or you can bend your underneath leg as well. So we're in our Ardha Matsyendrasana. Right hand comes out behind. Inhale, sweep the left fingertips up. Exhale, twist to the right. Send your gaze over the right shoulder or in that direction. Option for anyone wanting a little add-on, you could take that left hand to the outside of the right foot and lengthen that right leg. Lift the right fingertips away. That's just an option. You want to be able to really keep that space across the chest if you're taking this option. Just being mindful if you're needing to round through the spine. Coming back into that lengthened, lifted spine alignment. Well done. Release from your twist. Unravel the legs, take them back out in front. Right leg bends in, step it over the, left leg bends in, step it over the right leg. And option to bend your underneath right leg as well. If that feels right for you, check in with your knees. If the knees don't feel good here, then lengthen the leg instead. Left hand comes out behind. Inhale, reach the right fingertips up. Exhale, find your twist. Breathing here, sending the gaze over the left shoulder. Option to lengthen through the left leg. Take the right hand to the outside of the left foot. Lifting the left fingertips away from the mat. This is just an option, don't force it. If it doesn't feel right for you, you do not need to take every option that I'm offering. In fact, I recommend that you don't. I recommend that you really, really send your gaze inwards. Be in awareness for what you need in this practice today, and then take what you need accordingly. Unraveling from your twist, unhooking the legs. Come into an all fours position on your mat. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. So you can take a pedal out through the legs, first downward facing dog of the practice. Just bending one leg, then the other. Press the mat away with your hands. Setting the gaze between the knees. Really strengthening the whole body here in your downward facing dog. That's why it can feel quite intense if you're not used to it. It's so good for the body, the mind. From here, walk your hands in towards your feet. Keep as much bend as you need to in the legs. Come down into a forward fold. Let the head hang heavy, take a little sway or rock from side to side. Take a little nod or shake of the head, shaking off any tension or stress. And then start to walk your hands back out. So walk your hands back into your downward facing dog position. From here, walk your feet in towards the hands and bring the feet a little bit further than hip width apart, toes pointing out. Sit your hips down for your Malasana. Now for Malasana, you could pop your hips on a block. You could come into a seated Malasana. You could be higher up. Just taking the option that feels right for you. Reach the crown of your head to the ceiling. Make space across the chest. From here, see if you can bring the right fingertips down to the mat. Lift the left fingertips up. Find a little twist. Come back to center. Left fingertips come down. Right fingertips reach up. Send your gaze up to the ceiling. And bring the hands back to center. Press down through the feet. Inhale, power up through the legs, coming into Tadasana Mountain Pose, coming into your standing position. Now we'll warm up into our Sun Salutation, starting with our Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, float the hands up, lift your heart away from your tailbone. Exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold, bend the legs as much as you need to, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Ardha Uttanasana. Crown of the head's reaching forwards. Exhale, float the hands down to the mat. Step the feet back to plank. Pause here, drop the knees to modify. Breathing into that space. Strong center line of energy running through the body. Exhale, drop the knees down. Keep the elbows tucked in. Lower your chest down to the mat. Inhale, roll your shoulders, peel the chest away, up, roll your shoulders back, lift the chest away from the mat, Cobra. Press the tops of your feet into the mat, activate the legs and the glutes. Exhale, release the chest. Inhale, press the hands into the mat, either come back to tabletop position or come into plank. And then exhale, lift your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Breathing here, send your gaze between the knees. Reconnect with your breath. Inhale, send the gaze between the hands. Step the feet in, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up to the ceiling, grow the spine tall. Exhale, hands float through to heart center. And we go again. Inhale, reach the fingertips up, lift your ribs away from your hips. Exhale, forward fold, bend the legs as much as you need to. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat, step or jump the feet back to plank. Now either drop your knees down to the mat and float through your Cobra, or you can shift the weight forwards. Inhale, lift the chest, upward facing dog. Exhale, everybody meeting in a downward facing dog. Lifting the hips away from the ground. Inhale, send the gaze between your hands, step, or you can jump the feet in. Lift the chest, lengthen the spine, coming back to your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up. Lift your heart away from the tailbone. Exhale, hands come through to heart center, Anjali Mudra, well done. So, stepping the feet a little bit closer together, but adjust them if that doesn't feel right for you. Inhale, sit the hips back, find Utkatasana, chair pose. Imagine your hips are sitting down onto a chair behind you. So this is our Surya Namaskar B, so Sun Salutation B. Exhale, come into a forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down to the mat, step or jump the feet back to plank. Either drop your knees down, come into your cobra, or you're going to inhale into an upward facing dog. And exhale back to your downward facing dog. Everyone meeting there. Remember, you can always take a child's pose if you need to. Breathing here. Inhale, we're stepping this right foot through between the hands, back heels down, reach the fingertips up, warrior one. Lifting up and out from your waist. And then bringing your hands to heart center. See if you can bring the weight into this right leg. So you can either step that foot in or you could power straight into your right leg. And we're going to lift the back foot and come into Vibrasana 3, our warrior 3. See if you can flex the left foot, press back through the left heel. Try and keep the hips square. Breathing here. You can take a micro bend in your right leg if you need to. From here, try and take a really big step back, finding a high lunge. So this time the back heel's lifted away from the mat. Again, add in some extra steps if you need to. Once you're there, reach the fingertips up, make space. Exhale, cactus the arms, open across the chest. Now, opening out into a wide leg stance. You can bring the hands into heart center. We're pointing the toes out towards the corners of the mat. And as you exhale, bend through the legs, coming down into goddess, but hands are in heart center. So trying to track your knees over your toes, bring some weight into the outside edges of the feet, lift the pelvis up and in towards the body. So lifting through the core. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up to the ceiling. Exhale, draw the energy down, palms of the hands come back to heart center. 2 more. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, float back down to heart center. Last one. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, they come back into heart center. Well done. Pivot around. Bring the hands down to frame the front foot. Step it back to plank. Flow through your version of chaturanga. So either coming into an inhale or with your upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale, meeting back in downward facing dog or taking a child's pose. Keep listening to your body. Noticing what you need today. This time we inhale, step the left foot through between the hands. Keep your back heel down. Reach the fingertips up, warrior one. Lifting up and out from the waist. Now either stepping the back foot in to give you that stability or bring your weight straight into your front leg. Come into warrior 3. Vibrasana 3. Press back through the heel of the right foot. Try and keep the hips shining towards the ground. Have the hands on blocks if you need to. Take those modifications. And then softening into that left leg, see if you can take that big step back. Find your high lunge. So this time the back heel's lifted. Again, make it into a couple of steps to get back to your high lunge if you need to. Inhale, lift the heart up towards the ceiling. Exhale, cactus the arms. And now bringing the hands in, open out to a wide leg stance on your mat, toes pointing out towards the corners. Inhale, exhale, sink down into your goddess. So as you sink down through the legs, we're lifting up through the core. So imagine tucking that tailbone in. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring them through to heart center. 2 more. Inhale, sweeping them up and around. Exhale, float through to heart center. Last one. Inhale, sweeping them up. Exhale, back through to the heart. Well done. And pivot around. Bring the hands to frame the front foot. Step it back to plank. Last chaturanga. Let's finish that sun salutation B. Inhale, come into upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale back to your downward facing dog. Take a moment to breathe. Inhale through your nose, exhale out through the mouth. On your next inhale, send the gaze between your hands, step or jump the feet in, lift the chest, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit the hips back, find your Utkatasana, belly's coming away from the thighs. And come back to Tadasana, mountain pose, well done. Reach your fingertips out in front, come up on the toes. Start to slowly lower down to the mat. Use the hands if you need to. Well done. Bring the hips down. Lower down, find a lying position on your mat. And then we're going to bring the feet, so the soles of the feet are facing the ceiling, legs are bent. Opening into that hip space, find your happy baby. So hands could come to the backs of the thighs, the calves, or maybe the feet. Try and keep the head and the shoulders connected to your mat. And taking any gentle movement in your happy baby. Maybe there's a gentle rock or sway from side to side. You can lengthen through one leg and then the other, if that feels good too. Closing the eyes here, taking a steady gaze. Hold on, and releasing from the happy baby. Take a big hug in with both legs. Bringing your awareness back to the breath. And then from here, it might help to bring the hands behind the thighs, or you can do it without the hands there. We're going to take a couple of rocks and just rock yourself back up to your comfortable seated position on your mat. Close off the eyes, bring the hands back to heart center, Anahata, heart chakra, it's energy center. Feel the connection between your hands and your chest as you breathe. Take a moment to allow your body to absorb this practice. And releasing the hands when you're ready, opening the eyes, coming back into the physical body. Thank you so much for joining me for that full body vinyasa flow. I hope that you found it beneficial and that you enjoyed doing that with me. Do comment and give me your feedback. I always love to hear from you. And thank you for any support that you can give on this channel. I really appreciate it, and it helps me to keep producing free yoga resource for you on here. So yeah, do subscribe if you can, it's completely free. And there's a link below to other things that I offer. And yeah, thank you so much. I hope that you're feeling really good and like your full body is energized, stretched out, strengthened, and yeah, look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.